Oh, what the
You
Lee?
didn't get rid of the picture, did you?
It's that you didn't get rid of the picture.
You were the fucking one producing the show. And do you know what you produced? Dog shit.
I'm not being funny. I produced Godzilla firing a plane out of his mouth.
It's pretty fucking cool. It's pretty cool.
That's the Rokfin one. Quick flash.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's fine. It's fine.
It'll be fine for a thumbnail, isn't it? Made my nipples hard.
Anyway, yeah, that stuff is what the Rokfin's going to be about tonight, and I'm interested because I don't know a whole lot about it.
Yeah, chemspiracy is what we're going to talk about.
Why didn't we fucking call the show that?
Because you're an idiot.
If you'd have said it a few hours ago, no, I can't. No. It's fucking hard enough doing the Rokfin thing as it is without going in and altering and expecting everything just to be okay.
The link is in the description, people, below. And Lee will be spamming the chat. This is going to be a 30 minutes, a little bit of a chin wag, just me and Lee doing a little bit of bullshit before we actually move along to the show with Dave, and we've got Nasty Nick coming on.
Is that Nasty Nick? Is that?
I'm trying to think of YouTube names. He's going to do a channel change.
That was
There's nothing nasty about Nick. He's such a fucking nice lad. But
it could be a whole Paramore thing, couldn't it? My name's Nicholas. Nick, if you're nasty.
Well, he's got he's done a lot on Nazi new UFOs. I did think of like Nazi.
Oh, did you say Nazi, not nasty?
No, I said nasty because that was from EastEnders, wasn't it? For Americans that won't have a clue what that is. Brother. Oh, was it Big Brother as well? Yes, it was.
Big Brother.
Remind me of Mick West a bit. He did actually.
Maybe a little bit. Just quickly, Philip Blair. Again, I'm sure we've pointed out before, Mr. Blair, not ideal to have tongue suckers as your avatar. But yeah, he said, what's the difference between Rokfin and Rumble? You're on Rokfin, Russell Brand's on Rumble. Other than this, what is the difference? Well, the difference between us and Russell Brand is millions of pounds. No, I mean, I like Rumble. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. We can't go live on Rumble because we don't have the subscribers to go live on Rumble. The difference is
subscribe.
Rumble is to YouTube what Rokfin is to like conspiracy Netflix. I think is the best thing to do because you can't just rock up to Rokfin and open a Rokfin account. You have to request that they put you on. Then if you meet the criteria, but like subscribers on different platforms and stuff like that.
Which we got turned down before. Well, you got turned down.
I got turned down before. Then I had the mighty power of alien addicts behind me, and I smashed the doors in and said, no, you're fucking having me.
I know other creators that have been turned down from Rokfin as well.
What?
I know other creators that have been turned down from Rokfin.
Clearly not creative enough. But I'd really like Rokfin as a platform.
The app's ace.
It's
YouTube Premium basically. It works while your phone's switched off.
Yeah,
as well.
And there's just loads of conspiracy stuff. There's different categories and things. There's other things than just conspiracy stuff. But in the free thinking section, which is what we're in, we are free thinkers because nobody would pay us to do it. That's like really good. Like the content stuff's really good. I suppose if you wanted, I could show you.
That's quite a good idea.
It is, isn't it? This is it's like a Rokfin advert every week, but it is because we want more people to go over there. So you'll see like Isaac Weiss up there. He's one of my favorite creators. Obviously, Tinfoil Hat, Paul Joseph Watson, Cult of Conspiracies. I'm sure the Colbert Report. These are who all I'm following, obviously. Sam Tripoli, Jimmy Dore. You know all these people. They come up. There's various like levels of stuff there from people.
There's lots of UFO stuff on there as well.
Yeah, premium content to paid content. That look at that sex. Look at those sexy thumbnails between Tucker, a sandwich and Tucker with sexy thumbnails. In fact, this end's getting double teamed. But it's if you miss the old days of YouTube where you could rock up and watch Alex Jones talk about stuff. Union of the Unwanted, if nobody watches that, Union of the Unwanted is a great show. I love that. Go on that.
I mean, look at that. When you hover over a video, it starts playing. How long did it take YouTube to do that feature?
I know, yeah. But yeah, it's really good. Like I say, I'm sure I might have to watch that trip report. I'm sure if you're watching this, you will enjoy stuff. In fact, that there is
one of our next guests.
Hopefully, she hasn't replied to me yet. We've spoken social media, and
it will be
hoping to get her on the show. Oh my God, the sun just came out. This is usually what happens to Ollie. I'll have to fix that before we do the show. But yeah, that's the app. It's not, there's lots of people there much more deserving of your attention than we are. That's who she is. Amy Warner, Chiller Queen. Her podcast is fucking great. Eddie Bravo stuff's on there as well. But yeah, you get the idea. I really like it. It's great. I'm just going to minimize myself while I fix my light.
And what do they do? Do they follow us, Lee, or do they? He'll answer in a minute. Why has he put me in big? I don't like being in big because it really shows off the power of my lighting, which is actually I do have. Believe it or not, up here there is like I would say about. I think these lights are about 200 each. So there's about £400 worth of lighting that does nothing. I don't know how to work it. I just need to get out of this room. In order to get me out of this room, people, you need to follow us on Rokfin or subscribe or whatever that is. Is in the description. Do they subscribe or do they like or do they follow? What do they do, Lee?
You follow. It's like subscribing on YouTube. You can become a channel member, like a channel member.
We can hear as well.
Yeah,
nipples.
The good thing about Rokfin is if you go to us, like obviously we get a little kickback if you subscribe because of us, like through our page. But it also means that you get all the other premium content. So if you like Eddie Bravo's stuff, for instance, and you subscribe, then you can watch Eddie Bravo's stuff. It's not just you have to subscribe to us. If you subscribe to Rokfin, you get all of the Rokfin content. We don't have any premium content up there yet. I'm sure it's going to be something we do in the future. There will be something that's put behind a paywall, but not. There's nothing planned.
Probably a naked show because you can do that on there.
I don't think you can.
You're supposed to say yes, you can. Yeah. There's people naked over there. That would get people over.
No, I don't think it would. I'd stop using it if that was the case.
I'd be well up for a conspiracy show where all the guests were naked.
I feel like you're kind of burying the lead. I mean, like it's like come and listen to my really serious conspiracy show where we're going to talk about how the globalists are trying to take over the world. But also, here's my nipples. It just doesn't work. It's not.
I just say nipples a lot, so I like them.
Nipples are fine.
They look like flying saucers. That's probably why I like them.
Jesus Christ, what's happening here? I'm glad I've got a bottle of wine to drink as well.
Well, it's 30 minutes of rambling, Lee. You didn't say what we can't ramble about. If I want to say nipples are like flying saucers, there's a thumbnail in there somewhere.
This is where it's in the YouTube's new guidelines that you can definitely not talk about nipples.
Fuck off. The amount of times that I say nipples.
I was reading. Well, sorry, I wasn't reading it because that would involve work. But I was listening to somebody else talk about the new YouTube guidelines. I mean, I'm not being funny. Almost every single channel which has got any edge has clearly broken the new YouTube guidelines at some point within the last 5 years.
Which is why we've done what we've done.
Yeah, it's a safety net. That's the other thing to think about. That if I believe yes, sorry, it's just I'm still sound Rockfin. Yeah, there's lots of creators that have gone um from YouTube to Rockfin because it became too difficult to continue to work on YouTube. And as I just said, we've kind of picked Rockfin as our thing to focus towards as a safety net, because I'm convinced that the coming sort of election cycle is it is going to have all host of issues for conspiracy content creators.
There have been previous guests that you spoke about getting on Alien Addicts that we couldn't do on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was one in particular that we couldn't do in the end because of situations that I got a community guideline strike for on YouTube. He's since, I mean, I take some of the things he says with a pinch of salt, but he's it turned out he was right more than he was wrong for what he got community guideline strike for. Like the future proved things he said right. But
So yeah, so Lee's going to be spamming the chat so you guys can head on over to the Rokfin, but it is in the description if you're watching this afterwards. Sunday, Lee, you're going to be addressing there's some new stuff on the lady on the plane, and we're going to be doing a load of other stuff as well. It's
lady
not
on the
just
plane, chat about the balls, the alien balls. I don't know if we might even have a little chat because you weren't on the show. We might even have a little chat about the interview we did with John about the alien.
Yeah, I enjoyed that
interview. I enjoyed doing it as well. Like that, I can see by the comments that show has been fucking Marmite for people.
I get
So
that.
yeah,
I get that.
no, I get it as well.
I get
I
some
must
people.
say, there's a couple of people, especially people like that I know are contributors to the show and like regular super chatters as well that bust into the comments. Like, rare thumbs down from me. And I find it fucking hilarious that because you don't like a single show or you don't like a guest, you would actually like to harm the show in general by downvoting something. Doesn't make sense to me, that, and I think you're a bit of a bitch.
The thing is with the way we want this channel to go, we don't want to be the next fucking Truth Seekers or the next Lou Reviews or that type of channel. We're not a debunking channel. We're just a channel that wants to have. I think there's a gap. There's something missing, and there's a space there to get interesting people on, be able to interview them in a way that's not going to make them leave the show after 5 minutes, because people.
I think that's a bad interview. Like if you I mean, first of all, nobody in the maybe there is some people I can't see, but let's just say nobody on YouTube in the immediate vicinity of this show, as in like the satellite shows that we kind of know and stuff, and everybody goes and watches. Nobody's a journalist. We're all commentators. Some people might think they're journalists. Some people use the word researcher, like a whore uses the word love, incorrectly. And I think if people just accepted that, the best thing we can do is just sit down, talk to loads of different people. If you walk away from somebody going, that guy was full of shit, then you've learned something. You've done something. So even if you watch that alien interview and you've come away from it going, that's definitely fake, I'm happy for you. I'm not going to say it's definitely fake because I have just as much evidence that it's definitely fake than I have evidence it's real. I just find it interesting. I find it interesting it's come back. I'm looking forward to the documentary that's coming out. Like I saw a couple of people saying that he
Because you like UFOs and aliens,
I
Lee.
do, of course I do. I saw a couple of people call him a grifter, and like he just isn't making any money. And that's a funny thing. If you're gonna if you're gonna say something's fake or real, you kind of need some evidence to put it back with. And people say, well, he's no evidence it's real, so he's just a grifter. Well, if you're gonna call him a grifter, you need evidence that he's grifting for something.
I do think he genuinely
He genuinely believes that's real.
believes
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, 100%. I don't believe there is no way that man would have sat there for 3 hours talking about this the way he did, with the enthusiasm he did, if he was lying. I just don't believe that for a
He
second.
did get excited numerous times.
Yeah. Like he's really into that, and I was into listening to him talk about it. But someone says, "Stop defending grifters, Lee." There's no grift. That's the thing.
If we can work out the grift, that's it. Then like that's what.
If there was a patron, like, and he said, "Come subscribe to a patron," there's not even a podcast.
He didn't even give us a link to put in the description. I said, "Have you got any links, mate, to put in the description?" No, nothing. So
he's got a book. He's got a book which isn't related to what he was talking about. So I'd say, and that's the thing. What's a grifter? I mean, we're here. We want to be paid for this. Let's not lie about this. We want to get
every content creator.
Yeah, we want to be given a monetary reward for work we're putting in. I don't think that's bad. I don't think if you put work into something, I think you should be rewarded for it in some way. Especially if you do work.
There's a fucking quarter of our week that goes into this.
Especially if you do, it's not even more than a quarter of our week. I think I said this on a show at some point, because we are in constant communication with each other. With you, me, and Dave have a chat group, and we are in constant communication every single day talking about these shows. Every single day. It pains me because I think they're twats. But yeah, I hope that most enjoyed enjoyed it. If they didn't enjoy it, then it's not my fault. But chances are, over the coming years, months, weeks, days, maybe even minutes, you're gonna get guests that you don't like and everything.
And you'll get ones that you fucking love.
Exactly. The next one's gonna be a cracker if that gets pulled off.
Yeah. Also, you may not like tomorrow's show. I'm interested in it. That's going to be tomorrow's show. Where the fuck's that gone? No one speaks about that anymore.
I know. I mean, I always thought, looking at that, if you bring that image back up, because I won't be on this show, so I might as well stick my oar in. I always felt that UFO looked incredibly small compared to those people.
Yep,
and that saucer was 100% looks like it was just placed there rather than it smashing its way through.
I 100% agree with that as well.
Yeah,
but I do find it interesting, the budget behind it. We're gonna be doing a show on it. This information that we're gonna be talking about. I'm not gonna blow my load, so to speak. But you can blow your load, because he's going to put the Rokfin in the chat again.
Scared in case people don't like it.
People will love it. People will absolutely love it, because let's face it, you're all here for the same reason.
Yeah.
Because you're all little conspiracy bellends, just like me and Lee. That's it. We all started somewhere.
Yeah.
But we've all like gone in all sorts of different directions. It's fun.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I think it's worth as well going back and looking at some of this old stuff in the current lens of like ufology. God, I used the word. Ugh.
I don't think he said it right. Apparently, Goofon would correct you. I think there.
Ufology?
Is it ufology? Is it No, I think you're right. Yeah,
I
I say
am
it
right.
wrong. You're
It's
right.
also not a
I'm
real
wrong.
thing. Unless you
Nice
can go
one.
and get a PhD in it, it's not a real thing. But I I think there's a lot of stuff like uh the alien autopsy and stuff. I mean, I still find that's why I think. Sorry, I'm going to cut myself off here. That's why I think I sympathize so much with the way John feels about the alien interview, because I think I feel the same way about the alien autopsy. Whereas I'm not quite convinced by the I mean, it's not is it debunking if the people that are supposed to do it have done the debunking? I don't know. Maybe there should be another word for it. And the spurious guy, I think that guy's full of shit, man. You know, I watched the interview he did with two people, you know, I forgot what the names are.
Scott and Erica.
Yes, and that interview is so weird and realistic. Like he perpetrated a hoax which fooled the world, and
Yep.
the only evidence he has that he actually did it
It's a Bunsen burner.
is a Bunsen burner and some
You chop the
pictures
alien up into little pieces and
and some
toast them all
pictures
around
are
London.
some pictures of a resin mold, which doesn't like 100% look like what that alien looked like. It's weird, weird. And I did you catch the bit where John was talking about on the alien interview episode where he pulled up? He spoke about the end part of it. You know, he's like, where are these British guys pulling a alien like an American aircraft hangar with an American military jeep and period correct US Air Force uniforms.
Oh right, okay.
And I genuinely, I've always remember, you know, the bit where they've got like the thing in the body bag, like at the end of it.
Yeah.
I'd always thought that's an odd thing at the end, and they never really, even somebody might be able to wisen me up on this. I'm convinced they never talk about that part of the film.
I think we should probably invite Spirios.
I'd be
Or
more
sorry, his name.
interested in speaking to,
Both of them.
yeah, the other guy. I forgot his name because he's the organ grinder, really.
You want Scintilla?
Yeah, I'd love to speak to that man.
I'd like to get all three of them on Scintilla, Spirios, and is it Humphreys that made it?
I think Spurious will come on because I don't think he had anything to do with it. I think he's
He said
grifting.
he directed it.
Yeah. I think he's full of shit.
You can
And
tell
I
him that.
think, yeah, but Santilli said that as well. Like
Has he?
Santilli's come out in interviews and said that he had such a small part to play in this whole situation. And
Right.
Spurious just basically comes out and says he's the mastermind of it, very near. And he's a strange cat, that guy. That was the same. I don't know if people in the chat might not have seen the video we did on this, but
Dave tried to buy the book for $100 and something
$150, $150 his book cost,
and it got cancelled.
and it got cancelled on him. I don't believe that book's real, which is wild if that's the case.
I don't know anybody who's said they bought the book.
Look, I've friends that have released books, and Dave's self-published two books.
Two, yeah. When I did the cover.
Yeah. Did you?
Fame. Yeah.
That's cool. And I mean, I know how difficult it is to sell books. Like, you know, from my friends at normal book cost. I like the idea that somebody is willing to pay you $150 for your book, which is wild that you've even put it up there at that price. I mean, that's fucking crazy. It's like us deciding to say instead of doing like your YouTube, yeah, let's just do the same content. We'll try and charge what Netflix charge. That's what we'll do. We're Netflix now. That's the same thing. And this guy was going to give him $150 for his book, and he didn't want it, and he cancelled the book. Very weird.
Lee, Dave's just saying that he can't log in, so he needs the link. But are we going to move on to actual Rokfin now? Anyway,
Yeah, we'll
spam
go.
this.
We will go to Rokfin. I'll put the link here. We will send Dave. Sorry, it's me that usually sends Dave the link. I'm sorry, Dave. I love you.
Don't send him this link. So we'll send him the
Not
Rokfin
sending him
link.
this. I'm spamming the chat, man.
Oh, nipples. Yeah.
One thing at a time. So yeah, the someone said $80 is the most I've ever paid for a book, and it's selling for $150 now. Yeah, if you try and buy that book at $150, Amazon will cancel it. It will be cancelled on you, which is
Buy it and debunk as it. Send me a copy.
fucking crazy. Yeah, or just give us $150 just in case.
I prefer the book.
Yeah. Before we go, Philip Barr, what book did you buy for $80? Because you said it's a book you'd never sell. I want to know before we disappear. Because I like
It
to
could keep you
connect.
hanging for the entire Rokfin show.
Don't say that. Oh, he wouldn't have done if you hadn't said it.
Come on, Philip. The show started about half an hour ago.
Yeah, you got like 2 minutes. You know, I'm trying to connect with the audience. I'm trying to make the little people feel like us, like we connect with them. He's not going to tell me now, is he? Prick.
Tell us on Rokfin.
This is
He
why I
tells us on
shouldn't.
Rokfin.
This is why I shouldn't try and connect with the little people. Right, let's go to Rokfin. Come over to Rokfin. Here's the link again. If you don't come over to Rokfin, I mean, there's 36 here. We expect to see at least 36 people in the chat in Rokfin. If not, I'm going to find every single one of you and I'm going to shag your mum.
Mum might be dead.
Alive.
Thanks, Moody. I appreciate that. She didn't. Yeah, head on over to Rokfin, people. Love you. Lots.